Alright, it's 30th January 2024. And things are going well. I've been sleeping properly now, so that's something. Last 5 days I've been using this thing called Sleep Cycle. It's on my phone, where you keep your phone on the side, on like a bedside table. You angle it towards you, and it just records. It records you all night, as if it's not already. I mean, they're constantly listening anyway. It doesn't matter. You might as well record it these fucking days. So it records you, and every time you move, every time you make a sound, you snore, you cough, it records it. I'm pretty sure it's recording everything else all the time anyway. Like when I take my phone in to take a shit in the bathroom, like it hears me. I'm pretty sure it's recording me plop a gigantic turd in the toilet, but just explosive diarrhea. It's just recording me. I have no idea what these phones these days do with that information, but there you go. Yeah, so I've been sleeping well. Last 5 days I've had like a pretty good streak. I've been going to bed between 10 and 12 and waking up between 6 and 7:30. So it's not that bad. I'm gonna try push it a bit earlier. So probably try to get into bed by 10 and be awake by 5:30 maybe. Because I want to go out in the morning. Because here's my problem, right? Because I like doing gymnastics. I've been going out to this park where I hang my rings from, and every time I go, it's fucking being used the whole time. These days there's like some kids that have come over from schools, and they've just been hosting tournaments and stuff, and it's a public ground, so I can't really complain and tell them to get off my lawn like an old man, you know. So I just have to work around it, and you know, out of all the things here in India, they're playing soccer, which is fine. It's like the second most popular sport, but you'd think they'd be playing cricket, right? Because it's so popular here. It's like it's the one sport this country runs on, even though our national sport is hockey and nobody even knows about it. Like nobody even gives a shit. Can countries change their national sport? I'm gonna look that up actually. Can countries change their national sport? The only thing that shows up is FIFA players now switching countries. I'm not looking for this. What the hell? Let me make it more. Is cricket India's national sport? Here we go. Does not have a national game. What? I've been lied to my whole life. In school, you learn India's national animal is the tiger. India's national flower. Oh shit, I forget this. India's national flower, plant, or whatever it was. What is it? Shit, I'm gonna get hit with a fucking balan. Crap. I'm looking this up. It's the lotus. That's what it is. It's the lotus. Yeah. National bird is the peacock. National animal is the tiger. The reptile was, what was it? King cobra. Heritage animal being the elephant. And what's the national sport? India's national sport. I'm gonna look this up because I distinctly remember it being hot, right? We had a whole movie about it as well, with Shah Rukh Khan acting in it. Yeah, Olympics.com. There you go. Similarly, when asked about India's national sport, the most probable answer would be hockey, given the unprecedented success and honor the sport has brought to India. But I'm surprised it's not cricket. Because honestly, I don't think any country can beat our record with cricket. And has anybody even. I'm gonna look this up as well, because I remember one of these matches right after COVID. It was an India versus Pakistan game. The entire stadium was sold out in like 10 minutes, and it had like maybe 50,000 seats. It was absolutely fucking insane. Yeah, so I don't understand why India's not changing its sport, national sport, to cricket. But I guess you're competing in the Olympics, and the one you do the best in, which is hockey, will be named the national sport of India, because we want to show ourselves to be much better than we really are. But then again, cricket, I think we're gonna beat pretty much any country out there. What was I saying? Right. So I'm going out in the field, and it's always being used now. So I can't work out. I can't throw up my gymnastic rings. And you know what they did? My beautiful goalpost with no net on it, no fisherman's net. They put a fresh one on, so I can't even hang from it. I can't put up my gymnastic rings on the side and do whatever, front lever, back lever, pull ups, muscle ups, whatever. I can't do those anymore. So I'm gonna have to figure out a different way. Maybe I can just tell them I'm gonna take off the net for 30 minutes while I do my thing. But I don't know how long this is gonna go on for. And that's been like my routine. I go out, I do my gymnastics, I come back. There's like maybe a couple people around who stare at me, but it's fine, whatever. I like working in silence. I like doing it alone, but it's the only place I can find where I don't have to pay for a gym. Well, I could pay for a gym, but I don't want to. I find so I did 2 years of traditional weightlifting. I say I did 2 years, but I did probably a total of 3 months in those 2 years, because I wasn't regular at all. So the gains I made were probably equivalent to maybe going to the gym for 3 months on an insane bulk, because I put on a ton of weight, but then most of it was also fat, so there's no point. And it's taken me maybe another year to burn off that fat. So yeah, it's not great, but my most recent routine for the last month or two has been, go out to this nice park, throw up my gymnastic rings, do my thing in silence, try not to die in the scorching heat, even though it's January and it's the middle of winter. Surprisingly, the temperature here has not gone below 15 degrees. So it's bloody hot during the day, like blisteringly hot. So you try not to die. You come back home, have a nice glass of juice or cold water, take a shower, do your thing. That's been my routine, and I'm quite happy with that. But for the last week, it's just been completely disturbed. I'm not sure how long they're gonna keep going at it for, so I'm gonna have to try to think of something at home here. I was looking through this textbook that I bought by Stephen Lowe. It's called Overcoming Gravity, and it's a great book. If anybody wants to learn gymnastics, Overcoming Gravity by Stephen Lowe. Great book. He goes through pretty much everything you need to know when it comes to hypertrophy, strength gain, how to do the gymnastics moves carefully, safely, and it's got the best part of that book, in my opinion, is the progression charts, because he tells you step by step, here is what you need to do and the way you do it. He tells you, like, if you get an injury, here's how you rehab it. If you get an injury, if you don't want to get injuries, here's how you prehab for it. And it's great, and it's been working out. I've made a ton of progress, and I'm suddenly, it's a bit annoying because you have to give up halfway through your progress, and especially when you're seeing some, compared to weightlifting, where you lift a slightly heavier weight. Like, you go to the gym, you pick up a 10 kilo dumbbell, you do your thing, you come back the next week and you pick up an 11 kilo dumbbell. Like, you do the same thing over and over again. So you get big, you get strong, but only in terms of using that dumbbell. I mean, I guess it could transfer to other facets of your life, but I don't think it has a good payoff in the long run. I think moving your body, especially in terms of like the full body movements, maybe okay, the only exceptions being the deadlift and squat in traditional weightlifting, maybe the Olympic movements as well, but regular calisthenics is so good. It's just so good. You do some pull-ups, you got a big back. You do some push-ups, you got a big chest. You do some squats, you have chicken legs, because it's impossible to grow your legs without some kind of weight. Speaking of which, last time I said I'm gonna go do some squats, and to be completely transparent, I didn't do them. I kind of just gave up on that day, and I'm here now. I did some squats today at home because I felt like I need to do something, otherwise I'm going crazy sitting at home doing fuck all at this point. I've been trying to work on the book, but that's also slowed down because I found a great reference book that I should probably read through first. I'm not going to mention it yet because I want to give my full review at some point in the future, so I don't want to be splitting it over the course of multiple podcasts. We'll see though. But yeah, so I did some squats. I thought this is the perfect time because I've actually been afraid of this for a while now, and I kind of keep ignoring it. It's the handstand. I can't do a handstand, so I thought, hey, well, if I can't go out to the park and I want to maintain my gains, probably get better in a different plane of movement, I might as well try to learn the handstand. And so I warmed up a little bit. I tried doing the handstand by getting into a push-up position and then walking backwards on the wall. But the thing is, I have really sweaty hands, and as soon as I got up there, my only thought was, oh shit, what if I slip and break my head, right? just slip in my own sweat and just crack my neck. No, I'm not gonna do that. So I tried to do that for 3 reps, where I climb all the way up and then climb all the way down. That being 1 rep. So I tried doing 3 of those. My initial target was 10, but at that point my arms were so sweaty I didn't know if I was actually gonna be able to continue without, with my fear. So I think I'm gonna spread it out over the course of 4 to 5 days. I'll see how that goes. And yeah, let's hope I can learn the handstand in maybe a month. I'm gonna give myself maybe 3 months to learn the handstand because it's a hard skill, and you also need like proper musculature to hold that position. Uh, Maybe for 10 seconds. I feel like that's good, but we'll see. 3 months is, I think, a good target for any kind of beginner progress because you can see a lot of changes actually. Yeah. Okay, that's enough with the workouts. This is not a workout podcast. So when was the last time I did this? Was it Thursday? Maybe. So Friday, Saturday, I didn't really do much. I had a whole thing going on with the family. It was just a whole back and forth, and it was a whole mess. So we're not gonna get into that, but that took up most of my free time during those days. And on Sunday, I decided. Well, I didn't decide. My uncle decided. Let's just go out somewhere. Let's just go see what's around. So got into the car, and my aunt and uncle and my grandma, we all went just around. We drove for a pretty long time, a couple hours, and ended up in a jungle out of nowhere. Just in a jungle, we're chilling, having a discussion like, oh, there's no actual wild places left. And it's so true, because I found a dried up river, or just a riverbed that's just drying. I got inside it, and it's really annoying how there's plastic everywhere. Like, even in that riverbed, I'm in the middle of a forest, I'm in the middle of a sanctuary, and there's plastic in here. There's plastic bags, there's plastic cups, there's wrappers, there's some chewing gum. It's so fucking annoying to see this. Like, how do people not understand that this stuff is gonna stay in our environment unless we put it in some kind of recyclable facility, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't even understand how people can recycle these plastics. And if we can't, why the hell do we keep producing them? I don't get it. I think it's China. I just blame everything on China. It's just China, right? You got the plastic, everything's made in China. You take off your t-shirt, made in China. You take off your pants, made in China. You look at your laptop, made in China. You check your watch, made in China. Everything's just made in China. And they're just pumping this shit out with no care for the environment. They just want to get their economy to the ceiling for some reason. I mean, I get the economics part, but why do you have to do it in such an unethical way? Right? Just watch. Tomorrow I'm not going to be able to do these podcasts again because the Chinese government's after me. Put myself in danger just saying this. Good God. That one person, what was his name? The billionaire from China. He went missing for saying something against the Communist Party, and a few days later, you see on Twitter, back then Twitter, now X, I am fine. Please do not worry about me. Something along those lines, and it's happened to a couple other people actually, and it's just like. Are they making you say this? Are you being held at gunpoint? Are they threatening to kill your family unless you say stuff like this on your Twitter? Good. Man, the level of oppression is just insane. How the hell do they even function? And how are the people just going along with it? I don't get it. Right? You can't even use WhatsApp there. You can't use Facebook. It's like... we don't know what's going on there, and whatever we do know, It's news that they want us to know. There's no such thing as actual free speech, actual journalism. There's no actual reporters. They're just telling you the things that you need to know or they want you to know. It's so freaking weird that we still live in that sort of, or near that sort of environment. It's so weird. Yeah, that was a fucking downer. Anyway, so right, we're in the middle of the jungle, and we did a bit of roaming around. I'm just looking at this river bed, and I see this large line, this huge line. Because I walked like maybe 200 yards, something like that. I walked a fair bit, and there's just a whole trail of red fucking large ants going all the way from where I was stood all the way to our car, which is decently far away. And they don't seem to lose track of where they're going, and they're like spread out, sort of everywhere. You know, this one ant just trying to come sniff my shoe, and I like brush it off a bit. Because, you know, once they find you, you're dead. They're just gonna go all over you. And that's not fun. I've heard the red ones bite, and it's not a pleasant experience. I think the huge black ones bite too. But that hasn't happened to me. So let's keep it that way, shall we? Aside from that, let's see. Went to the forest, and on the way back, actually, we were joking about getting some kind of food, and we saw this is in the middle of nowhere, right? This place used to be barely even a village, right? They still have mud houses there where, you know, they use bamboo to create the foundations and then slap mud over it, wet mud, and then it solidifies into like a semi-stable wall. It's sort of that place, and we still saw houses like that. So that was like a real eye-opener, because I'm so used to living in a city with concrete walls, all the amenities, you know, the lights on right now, the fans on right now. But to think that people still live out in dirt huts, it's like, why the fuck am I complaining about, you know, anything? I get to complain about whether our national sport is hockey or cricket when people, you know, they're just living in dirt huts still. So we're 10 years ago, it was way more rural, and now it's a bit more developed. And out in the middle of nowhere, I see a sign just saying Lapinos. I mean, the brand. Italians, whatever you've done to make pizza, spaghetti, and pasta. I guess spaghetti is a type of pasta. Pizza and pasta, such a big fucking thing. If you ever wanted to get your culture to spread as much as the Italians, you do it through food. Because that shit has spread like wildfire. And it's not even that good. It's just carbs and cheese and fat. I guess that's pretty good, actually. Fuck, I want a pizza now. Yeah. You want your culture to spread throughout the world, you just make your cuisine good. So yeah, we see a sign of Latinos just in the corner. We stop there, we get some pizza. When we start calling it jungly pizza, which is just a wild pizza that we found in the middle of a jungle. And it goes back to saying, like, there's no true wildlife that's left here in India, at least. Because you'll frequently hear about tiger attacks, chimpanzees now, not chimpanzees, just the monkeys, now living in cities. And actually, the cities are probably a better environment for them because there's so much food around, I guess, in one way or another. They can pickpocket stuff pretty easy. But yeah, there's there's a fucking Italian restaurant in the middle of an Indian jungle. Like, how weird can it get at this point? Oh, and we're driving an American car, a Ford. So that just goes to show how far technology has come, but we're still living in dirt huts. There's a message in there somewhere. I cannot find it for the life of me though. Alright. What else is happening? So I'm gonna try do some stuff today. I'm gonna keep working on the book and hopefully have a couple chapters written. Because I figured out that publishers here need about 3 chapters worth of content, and then it'll take them 12 weeks to evaluate. 12 freaking weeks to read three chapters. That's almost as fast as I read my course textbooks back in college. So there's that. So 1 semester's worth of shit. That's how long it'll take for them to read 3 chapters. And then they'll tell me if they want the contract or not. If they want to pursue it further. So let's hope that's a yes. But I'm gonna try to submit something either today or tomorrow. It might be a little tough because I think my other aunt is coming to visit, my Masi. So we'll see. Maybe I can get some feedback actually. I might ask a couple people. We'll see. And aside from that, yeah, I just hope I don't break my face when I try to do some handstands. I think that's about it. Let's see. When's the next time I can do this? Probably. Alright, next time I'll probably do this. It'll probably be outside. With me doing some kind of gymnastics or whatever. I'll try find a place or go extra early or extra late, so I can record these out in peace, and I actually get to hang from a bar for once. So yeah, probably next week. We'll see. All right, bye bye. Take care.